There we go. Let's see if any viewers come on here. Ah, there we go. There's some viewers. So I'm going to just load up the video on the side here, just in case people have questions. There we go. All right, let's go. Let's get this light going here. So I got a bunch of stuff on my head here because I'm going to grab the webcam and stick it on my head as I'm going along. But just to start off with, maybe I'll just show you guys what I've got for equipment here. Here's my upper and lower from Aero Precision. I've got them on this Wheeler stand here. I don't really need this, but it's just going to be handy kind of a thing. Here's my other parts. I've got a pull-off barrel off of a Spike's Tactical. The Spike's Tactical bolt is also over there on the table there. A bunch of different parts, but why don't we go ahead and start assembling some of this stuff. There's a little bit of tools over here, just like super standard stuff. And now what I'm going to try to do here is just get like a head cam going here so I can go hands-free. And that's looking all right. There we go. I'm not doing it wrong, Trevor. All right, let's see here. I wanted to start with the bolt, just because, I mean, usually your bolt may be assembled from the factory, may not, but it's one thing that some people will want to install. Oh, we should start off with one of these here. Tiger, maybe. All right. Hey, janitor, just in time.
Yellow.
Yo, we are live. I'm just starting to set things up here. So when assembling your bolt, you're just going to want to make sure that your extractor there is facing out the side where you want the shells to come out. I'm just going to line up that hole there and then jam this guy in. Turn it to the side, pull it forward, and that firing pin's going in there. Should go in there. Yeah, there it goes. All the way in. And then that pin goes in there. Boom. So there's my bolt and bolt care. Yeah, I know I've actually got a vise, but the lighting there sucks. So that's why I've got this thing just screwed into this table here. That way I can use this big honking light, and you guys can see everything properly. Let's just route that cord over here. All right, so why don't we, what should we do first? I think we should start on the lower receiver here first. Now in terms of, so I've already got it mounted up on here, but this is just holding this guy on. There's my stripped lower receiver. And this guy will just handily hold it on there. I'm going to start with my takedown pins because I'll need those anyways. Let's see. So I've got some springs here. There's two that are the same, two of these little guys that are the same. Those are going to be our takedown pins. Let's see here. It's a full auto bolt, Trevor. Let's just see here. So it's got it's right set up here as that full auto bolt. Doesn't mean it's like better for, well, I mean it would be better for full auto, but it also means it's a little bit more robust. Let's see, where is my pins? There's my pins. And I've got, that looks like my grip screw. I'm just going to chuck that off to the side. And there's my two takedown pins. One's a little bit longer than the other one. And if you have to just take a peek there, just go ahead and compare them on there. Too long, so it's going to be short guy at the back and long guy at the front. Let's see. So now if let's see. You can't really see it from there. I'm just going to pull this guy out just so you can see. Right here is where this spring is going to have to go into, and then that detent is going to go in there as well. So I'm going to go ahead and pop that spring in there. You can see it's kind of poking out. Now I'll have to grab the detent of this bag. Let's see. One of these guys here. I'll put the rest over there for now. So the dumb way to do this would be to try to put this on and try to get it all together at one time. The smart way to do this would be to grab something that you can kind of push down on. So I'm just going to use this guy here. Pop that plunger on there. And here's the part of the video where this spring and plunger go flying, right? Let's see. I'm going to be popping it in this side. So I should probably grab a knife. Yeah, there goes that pin.
Does that have the hole drilled 90 degree to where you're putting that spring in?
Yep,
See
that
down
hole
about
there.
an inch there? So you can jam that in with a punch and then put like a dental pick or something in there. And
yeah.
it'll hold that spring in.
Let's grab a dental pick.
Another tip I like is I get like a big freezer bag and I do any of the springy bits with it inside the freezer bag.
That would be smart. I don't know if I've got a freezy bag handy, but I will do the punch trick. Let's see. Is this one too big? That one's too big. Let's grab a smaller Allen key. Here's my smallest one right here. Yeah, that's going to get her down. And then I'm just going to grab onto that with a clothespin. I might need something a little bit more pokey than a clothespin. Where's my pick? That might work. No pick. You know, I got everything out and ready to roll, and then I get into this thing, and I already have to find a part. Well, I might just have to muscle through here.
A business card or a razor blade works well too to hold that in.
If I had a razor blade. All right, let's get this guy on there. Yeah, in she goes. Bingo bango. Pretty rough, but it'll work in. Let's get the rear one. The rear one's quite a bit easier because it's actuated off of the back there. Let's find the other plunger. Get in the back, and then let's grab the other spring.
Now, just a thought, your end plate for your receiver is what's going to hold in that second detent, which means you're going to need to put your buffer in, which means your buffer might be in the way while you're hammering in your mag release, or not your mag release, but your bolt drop.
Yeah. Yeah, I could leave that guy out for now. Why don't we?
It's not undoable. You just, you know what I'm saying? You'll have that buffer to go past when you're trying to bang in your other roll pin there.
Yeah, yeah. That's a good point. Actually, while I'm at it, I might as well just grab this guard here. Pin for that one. Should be a roll pin. There it is. I'm just going to put it down on a wood surface. I will be dropping pins throughout this. Just going to start it off. Start off straight, how about? There we go. And then, okay. Goes in there and there. Where's my pin punch? Right here. Just to get it just a little bit more in. So it's kind of even with the other side. There we go. All right, so I've got that part in. I could throw in my magazine release if I wanted to. Or should I throw in my bolt hold open? I think that's going to get in the way. So my magazine release is going to use this big honking spring here. Let me just pull this out again so I can get you in the light here. That's going to go right in there. And I should have a magazine release button around here. There it is. And I'm going to grab these two here, start pushing them in. I'm going to grab this pencil here. I'm just going to use it to depress that magazine release in. And now it's nice and tight in there. I can just screw this guy on. I'm looking for this. I'm looking for that bolt to be roughly flush with the mag release. That looks good. Bingo, bango. There's the mag release. Now, I've got some trigger stuff to do. I've got that bolt hold open to do. Why don't we do the bolt hold open? And for the bolt hold open, I'm going to tape the side of the receiver here because what I'm going to have to do I'm actually going to have to hammer sideways on that pin, either from this side or this side. I'm going to try from this side because I got a little bit more clearance. And I don't want to scratch up the edge of my receiver here. So I'm just going to grab some masking tape here. It's a bit much. Just kind of tape it on there. Pretty sure the last time I built one of these was about 5 years ago, so it has been a while. Yeah, the best of all, I thought I had set it for today, but for whatever reason, it on YouTube it was scheduled for yesterday. So sorry about that. Let me get this. All right. So my bolt hold open, there it is right here. It's going to fit in right there, and it's going to have a spring behind it. So it's actually going to be kind of hard to get in there. Let's see. I think again here. Bolt catch spring is just a little guy. There we go. And we're just going to stick it in that side hole there. And it should offer me some resistance as I put it in here. Oh, and it's not, so that's not the right one. Let's pull it out. What else do I got here? I've got this longer one here.
Should look like a person from the Game of Life board game.
What's that?
The piece you're looking for looks like a person from the Game of Life. Oh, you're looking for the spring. Never mind.
Yeah, I'm looking for the spring. Thought it was this guy. Might be this guy. No, that doesn't seem right at all. When in doubt, magazine catch, disconnector, buffer, retainer, spring, bolt. This one has the bolt catch spring as a real little guy. Bolt catch spring, bolt catch roll pin. Yeah, I get that. Bolt catch buffer. Oh, that's the thing I'm missing is the bolt catch buffer. All right, let's try that again. So now I've got these guys here situated like that. Let's put that whole assembly in there, and that feels a lot better. Just before getting too far ahead of myself, I'm just going to get a roll pin started in there. Because it's going to be hard to start this thing while I'm getting it all ready. There we go. Now let's get that bolt catch and the plunger and stick them all in there. And I'm just going to visually look to line those guys all up. Need more tape.
Yes. Hit that dick. Hit that dick with that hammer.
Try not to mess up my my beautiful paint job here.
What paint job? You don't know shit about paint jobs.
There's no paint job there. I wonder if that would give me any more striking. No, doesn't feel like anything. Oh, I'm just gonna pull this whole shebang out of here. What's up?
I got beer and burger.
What's up, Grover?
I got a beer and a burger.
Sweet.
I came to be entertained. Entertain away.
How are we doing so far? Oh, it's holding now.
What are you putting in? The Mac catch?
No, this is the
oh, never mind. That
bolt open.
Yeah.
Lock this thing on. Oh, magazine release. Haha, of course. All right, I need to get a bit more leverage on this thing.
Your mom needs leverage.
She does. Let's grab. Punch, punch, punch. There we go. That'll give me the clearance I need. All right.
What's up, Jenner? You mean
Not much. We should get Adriel to present his screen so that when we chirp or make noises, it doesn't take away from what he's doing.
what? You mean you don't want people to take away from this
Oh, I'm
resident?
just.
Your bald head's creeping me out, and I don't want to look at it.
Shut up!
I was trying to
Okay?
be polite.
One wrong cut in the haircut, okay? It had to be done. Adriel knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I got all the hair in the world. I just choose to shave it off.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. That's looking good. Get some.
Do you have your paperwork in order for that lower, Mr. Adriel?
You bet. Just before the show here, I pulled it out of its, oh, what would it have to have been in? Locked case with a trigger lock. Where does a trigger lock go if you don't have a trigger? Look at that. All right. I think I had a littler, yes, a littler pin punch just for leveling that guy off.
What are you using to broadcast, Adriel? Your cell phone?
I have my just my computer, but I've got the webcam on a head mount.
Nice.
I want to get that guy deeper in there.
Get a picture of yourself so people can replicate their setup and operate operationally while building an AR.
Just need one. There we go. All right. Let's call that quits. Oh, how badly did I fuck up the finish on this thing? Bets, bets, bets. Ah, not bad.
Well, it's kind of hard to tell.
Oh, yeah. I'm just pulling some of the tape off of here.
I sold my
All right.
Wingmaster furniture. It took like fucking a month and a half.
What's that? How long did it take?
1 month and a half.
1 month and a half. All right. Let's grab a beer. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Yeah. So I've got my trigger assembly here. Let's see.
What trigger did you end up going with?
Whatever's in this bag. I'm pretty sure it's a DPMS takeoff.
Interesting.
Yeah. Couple of pins. I don't need you guys right now. So let's
Janitor
go.
and I have a trigger text coming in the mail.
Trigger techs.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Those are much nicer than what I'm about to put in here. Let's get, okay, there's my trigger. There's my disconnect there. That looks good. Leave.
You have a slave pin?
What's that?
Do you have a slave pin?
Slave pin.
Is that what that's called? I can't remember. Is the
Here is that for you. Sorry, sorry. I think. Is this trigger? It doesn't look quite right to me. All right. Shouldn't this guy be up there? To the phone. Let's see. AR15 trigger spring. It should be up.
What's
up
wrong,
there.
Adriel?
It's too low down on the trigger. It should be like up on top there.
So you have to rotate it.
There we go. Comme ça. And now I should be able to there. Okay. We'll go in afterwards. I'll line things up here.
Oh, fuck yeah.
There it is. These disconnectors in the right spot.
Wait, Adriel, don't you mean you don't have the parts to make it full auto, readily available?
I just have to machine those, I thought.
That's right. It's easy machining.
That's 100% upper. That makes it hard. If it was a steel block of aluminum, we'd need to worry.
It'd be easy.
Yes.
All right, so I've got my trigger in place right now. Sorry, I gotta. I'm gonna check my hand, and his legs are just kind of poke in there. I'm just gonna get my pin started because this is gonna be under a lot of spring tension. Now let's see. Somewhere there. Oh. I'm just looking in from the side here to. There it is. I'm just going to hit it with a soft face hammer just to coax it home. What's holding me up on the other side here? Should be nothing. Something's holding me up. Just checking out from the other side. I might just pull it right out of here. So I can
Might need to just put a little bit of English on that hammer there.
No, I just need to pull the hammer forward. Yeah, you can see from the other side. It's just, let's push that forward. There we go. And it just goes right in. Just need to kind of line it up there. Perfect. So now we've got a working hammer and trigger. Let's just pull it down. I'm going to put this as the plastic hammer stop there. Oh man, that is just a terrible trigger. Ah, gross. Oh, well, whatever. Okay. So now I've got that going. Why don't we get a... What's that?
Is it just heavy or is it shitty in other ways?
And gritty.
Oh, good.
Here, let's see. That's okay. I think it just needs to be run a little bit. Now, why don't we get to the safety and safety detent. Let's see. Our selector detent is going to look like a little missile. There it is. And that's going to go up through the grip. I wonder if I shouldn't just go ahead and install all that shit at the same time. I probably should. So otherwise it's not going to go anywhere. Here's my grip. Magpul MOEs that has it really tough. Oh, it came with a. It came with one. Oh, cool. Maybe
use the one that came with the grip. It's way better than the stock one.
Yeah, well, this stock one is this guy over here. So here's the difference between the two. I don't know. They both look okay, but this one looks okayer. Let's see. That's it, the one right there. And I'm going to grab that washer too.
Beer, burger, yay.
Pull this out. I'm just going to go ahead and ease the hammer forward.
Adrian, you're not consuming nearly enough alcohol.
Oh, you're right. Let's get going this tiger.
Attaboy.
Classy.
I know, right? Can't believe I'm getting married.
I don't think my last one had an Allen key at the back here. Is there any like adjustment that I'm gonna have to do on this guy?
No, that's no, you shouldn't have to. That's to take up some fit. Doesn't that act like an AccuEdge? Maybe. I'm not sure. I've never adjusted it on any of my arrows, and they've always fit tight. But maybe I've just been lucky.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and where's my safety? There's my safety. Let's see. Here's my safety. Let's get it started in here. Oh no. This is our first issue of the night. No, just need the... Yeah, just need it to be cocked before that'll go in. Come on. There we go. My safety is in place and free spinning. I'm going to go ahead and grab that missile guy. It's going to go down there. And I'm going to...
Pedro, don't you know this is the only safety you need?
On your finger?
Yeah.
Grab my spring there. Chuck her down into the grip. And then I'll install these guys carefully so that that spring kind of goes to its home. At least that's the idea. This might be a little bit... What the fuck? What the fuck grip did I buy? What? Yeah, okay, it's just going to be tight. Guess that's good, right? Okay. Get back down in there. Let's just push that down while we're on the ground. No, that works too. All right, now my safety selector should have some snap to it. Beauty. Let's go ahead and screw.
Why you know ambi selector?
What's that?
Why you
selector?
Yeah.
Because I'm not left-handed.
But you can operate operationally on both sides.
If you weren't devil-handed, you wouldn't need to.
Fuck you.
Here we go. Grip feels good. It's on there. Safety. Safety works. All right, what else do I got on here? I guess I've got the rearless thing. Let's start doing some of that. So there's my...
The question is,
what's that?
Have you hit your dick with a hammer?
Not yet, but the night is young.
I think it's beer time.
Let's see. Just one second. Just finding this part. I bought 4 beers, so I should be able to finish this before I finish all the beer. Okay, I've got this this little detent guy here, and then I've got the spring for it. That's going to go like that. That's going to go right in the rear right there. And then let's see here. Let's get that little plunger. The takedown. I'm going to just poke it in there. And was that the right? Yeah. And then we're going to grab our takedown pin and pop him in there. We're just going to kind of do everything at once, this last step. There's our spring in there. Okay, so this spring's loose, and this guy up here is loose, and we're going to kind of do them all at once here with this buffer tube. I've got the this end plate here with the divot that's kind of facing towards this. I've got my castle nut facing out, and I'm going to kind of throw those all in there. And I'm going to hold down that spring, just kind of keep it out of the way. Holy shit. What the fuck am I doing? Come on.
Don't cross thread it.
Get in there. It's pretty hard to cross thread these things. What I'm looking for is like right inside there. It's going to start getting real close to this pin. Then I'm going to need to throw it down, screw it in. Let's see. Is that going to max out?
Be free to move.
Gonna let me? Is it going to let me get one more? Yeah, perfect. Is it going to be free moving? Yeah, not enough. I'm going to have to back it off one. Let's see. Oh man, that's it's not going to come out, but it doesn't look fantastic. Here, I'll just pull this off here so you guys can take a look. So I'm looking for this buffer tube here to engage with that pin. Is that engaged enough? Or I try to make it tighter?
Is it free moving? That's all that matters.
I'd go tighter personally.
Let's try going tighter. It's pretty tight, but it does still move. So we'll call that a success. Let's see. Now, this spring is on the other side. I just want to make sure it's fully lined up.
What's the worst that could happen, right?
That spring will go flying out in the middle of nowhere?
No, by screwing it too much.
Oh, I see. Yeah. I'm just going to need to, let's see. Grab some pliers. I'm just looking to get that spring there more or less straight. There we go. Can you guys see the spring? Sorry, I can't look at the TV.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, kind of. Okay. Pull that nice and tight. Okay, I heard that spring snap in there, and now I'm going to start tightening down the cast on that. Castle nut wrench is here. Feels snug enough to me. So our detent pin in there is working. Our takedown is capturing the takedown pin. Next up, I could throw in the recoil spring.
What buffer weight did you go with?
Whatever buffer weight this one is.
Awesome.
This is just a regular buffer weight, but I've run an H1 and an H2 successfully. So I would rather run an H1 or H2, but this is what I got, so that's what I'm going to use.
Does it say anything, or is it just a rando one?
Just a rando one. All right, I think our lower receiver is assembled. Oh,
Where's your stock?
What's that?
Where's your stock?
Oh, it's around here somewhere. There it is.
I mean, you don't need it, but you can put it on.
Well, why don't we put on the stock? So with some of these stocks here, you pull down at the back, and that allows them to get in there. And now your adjustment is right there.
You got an M forgery stock, eh?
Yeah, M4 all the way. And then, oh yeah, that's what I don't really like where this. After feeling it, I don't really like how proud this is here. So I'm just gonna unscrew it one. So I'm gonna go ahead.
You don't do it flush. Jenner and I do it flush.
I do it flush, but I don't like having it poking into my finger. I'd rather have like a little bit of a dip.
Oh,
there.
Yeah, that's what I go with flush.
Yeah.
I don't let it poke.
I usually wheel it in until it's proud and then go back one turn, and that usually works out.
Yeah, that's what I just did there. All right, let's start working on the barrel. Where's the barrel? Right here. Clean off my work surface a little bit. So there's my upper. Now, again, this would be easier to do on a place where I got a vise, but the place where I got a vise just isn't as great. So there's my strip barrel. And I'm going to need a gas block and a gas tube on this thing. And I'm also going to need to install it on this guy. I'm going to install it first, maybe. To install it, there's a bev block you can use for these that Janitor's got, and those are really great. I wanted to get like a bigger kit that's got more stuff in it, so I ended up getting this one. But the bev kit's good too. This is going to prevent my receiver from being crushed, so it's going to go in there. That's going to kind of act as a holder for it, and then the whole idea. So I'm going to put this guy in there and clamp her down. There, I can't move. Now.
So you're cheating. You're using actual tools.
Yeah. What'd you use to put yours on?
I didn't. I bought a pre-made upper.
Well, buying a pre-made upper would be the way to go. There's my barrel on.
I got one of those Danish IUR uppers.
All right, so I'm gonna put on a Daniel Defense forend here. Oh, is this gonna fuck with this block? Oh, it is too. Oh! Motherfucker. Mother. Totally is. Yep.
Better get the C-clamps out.
Got the C-clamps, but I was hoping to use them with this. Okay, it's still grabbing on there. It's still grabbing on. I'm gonna continue as is. Oh, that's ugly. Oh, that's ugly. Let's see. Are you guys getting A&W commercials?
Right now?
I think the viewers might be, because they're complaining about A&W commercials.
That's funny because I brought up
Where are they
A&W in the
complaining? I don't see
YouTube
anything.
chat.
I'm just guessing.
Hey, janitor, why are you calling my baby ugly, man? It's got a 45-degree offset rails, bro. It's so operator.
It's confused is the word I would use. To each their own.
Look at the size of this scope. I totally need the 45-degree operator sights.
Well, and with the A2 buttstock and the integrated rail, of course, yes.
Of course. And
That
don't
makes
forget
you happy.
and there is not a single coherent color on this. We got blue, green, white, black.
So I'm just starting to tighten down the barrel nut right now. This motherfucking thing. It's just because of this this Daniel Defense has like these little ears that go onto the upper receiver here, and it's preventing me from using this block. If I had time, I would just machine out those frickin' things. Oh, that's a little bit better. Let's try that.
Oh,
nicely brought up. There we go. Let's see what that'll do. Okay, that's stopping there anyways. Good.
I saw that, Jenner.
This is not the right side to be using on this thing. Usually you do your torque over here. So I had to I'd actually had to compare the distance between this hole and this one and this one and this one to figure out how much leverage I'd have to show on the torque wrench to get a correct torque. And the number I'm looking for is 15. Oh man, this is a rickety ass fucking setup. There we go.
So how come you don't just go until something breaks?
I'll have to. Now, the nice thing about this one is that it lets the gas tube by, so you don't need to like torque it in and then either you know, you're aiming for 30 to 80 foot-pounds of torque, but with this one, you can just dial right into 50, and it'll just let that it'll just let the gas tube right by here, so no problem there. So that guy's torqued on. Let's go ahead and pull this out and get going on the rest of the stuff here.
What'd you get for a muscle device?
I've got a takeoff Miculek brake here that I'm going to be putting on there.
Why you know Spectre Ballistics, bro?
I've got one on my other AR.
There you go.
Yeah. All right. Drink time.
That was my shill of the day. I expect recompense. I expect payment. Alcala.
They're good brakes. Okay, so let's get this gas tube on here. Let's see.
This is cool as fuck.
Gas tube pin. I don't want to lose this one in the carpet. So tiny. Generally, so I've got a lower gas block. My other one would be a little bit too high for the forend that I'm using. And what I'm going to do here, it's only open on one end, and then this guy's got this big hole on the bottom. I'm going to stick that guy in there. There we go. And then grab my pin.
It's not in view, Adriel.
What's that?
It's not in view, whatever you're doing.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. I need to, I wonder if any of these cutouts on this block are made for that kind of thing. Maybe on the other guy. Oh, that feels like it could be it. That feels pretty good. Okay. I'm just trying to get this roll pin in here. That looks good. Just gonna use a soft face hammer to start with. And then we'll drive the rest in. Oh, that's what I'm rolling on here. Drive the rest in with a punch and a hammer. I'm just sighting along just to make sure it's nice and straight. That looks good.
You should get your little ones to help you. That way they can become armorers.
Sorry, what'd you say there?
You should get your little ones to help you. That way they can become armorers.
Yeah, I'm sure my wife would be thrilled. All right, there's my gas block getting in there. Perfect. So I'm looking for here is this to be nice and straight. And I'm going to pop it upside down. And I'm going to grab, was it this one? No, it's this one right over here.
So is that barrel dimpled?
It was dimpled from my last gas block install. So these things should almost like find their home.
Right on.
Get those guys in there nice and tight. Re-verify straightness on it, and it's looking nice and straight. Now I can throw on my forend. That's looking nice and correct. Now this one's going to vary depending on what kind of forend you go for. I would really recommend going with a free float because they're cheap. You guys both have free floats on your rifles, right?
You bet.
The IUR is free floated from concept, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Heavy though.
Yeah, this is the Daniel Defense Light. Well, they call it their light, but it's a quad rail. It's not as light as some of the fancier stuff out there these days, like some of the like the BCM KMR and that kind of thing. But those are $300 forends, and this was given to me by a friend.
That's the Daniel Defense Light Rail or the Omega Rail?
You know, I thought it was the light rail, but
it probably is. One has a delta ring. I can never keep them straight.
Oh, why is this one? Why are you not going in there straight? Oh, I guess I still got some wiggle room.
So is that free floated? I didn't catch that.
Yes. Yeah, it's a free float.
It's still free float. It's just what type of buffer it uses, or whatever you call it, your barrel extension. Barrel nut, that's the word I'm looking for.
It uses, I don't know if you saw it there, but it's got its own kind of barrel nut. So
yeah, it's got those weird things.
Is the Omega like a Castle, like regular style one, or?
I believe you have the Omega. I'm just looking that up right now. I've got one of each, and I can't keep them straight, so I can never remember.
Oh, there's my screwdriver. Yeah. I was thinking like maybe I could come in at an angle here and do this a little bit faster. Too small.
You guys see that video of that chick fighting in Syria almost getting hit by a sniper?
No.
It's on the front page. She's wearing a bright blue headband. So it's like,
Operator.
Oh yeah, operator. Actually, it's a bright blue headscarf because, yeah, whatever. Ooh, somebody is selling Blackhawk Omega Elite Tac Vest for $100 on the EE. That is some operator shit right there.
Is that on CGN?
No, Canada Guns EE.
On Reddit. Yeah. We should have people from Reddit and not from Reddit on right now. So
we have a Lee Enfield number 4 Mark II Sporter, $150. Oh, it's fucked.
That's too bad.
Yep. Oh, the barrel is uncut. However, the action has had the sights chopped off. Bubba, why? When I got it, there was a crooked scope mount braced on. Bubba.
Brutal.
Bubba.
The Omega rail uses the Delta ring, and the light rail is what you have.
Ah, okay, yeah. Oh, it uses the Delta ring.
Not like that's spring-loaded, but it's
still. Does it
still
use the Delta ring to free float, or just the Delta?
Yes.
Oh, that's so weird.
It's a strange setup.
Okay, I don't need you in here anymore.
Adriel, we have a question on the chat. What's the purpose of this rifle? Is it three gun rifle or a backup rifle?
This is backup for 3-gun. So I'm gonna put a red dot on it. I don't know. Maybe if we had a 3-gun match where it was just short range, this is actually going to be lighter than my other rifle. My other rifle's got. Don't
you have an 18-inch barrel?
16. Both of these are 16-inch barreled rifles. Because we're in Canada here, I'll have to call in and tell them it's got a 16-inch barrel on it now.
Well, not really. If you don't keep the upper on it.
Sure, I'm gonna keep the upper on it though.
Now you have to call them.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and pop this muzzle device on here. This Miculek Brake uses a jam nut, which I don't really like. I prefer a crush washer, but whatevs. Again, this is supposed to be a low-cost build, so I just kind of used whatever I had available. All right, so this Miculek Brake, you need more ports on the top, and I am just slightly off, so I just need to be right about there. And then that jam nut comes out to meet it.
Hi, Crazy.
Hi.
How's it going?
Pretty good. Just got back home from work and finally got my internet working on the computer.
There we go. Now,
hey, did you catch this? Oh, by the way, Crazy.
One trick to doing this
is
that if you're going to tighten this guy up, put a screwdriver in there, just kind of hold it steady.
Did you get a different scope? Oh, nope. The Buis on it, the fucking canted irons. Yeah, I saw that.
There we go.
Did you stick a screwdriver right through it to crank it?
Well, yeah. I mean, you throw a screwdriver through there to hold it tight as you're torquing on the nut there to keep it straight.
So you do that while torquing on the nut?
Yeah.
Twerking? That's bad for you.
Twerking. Yes, twerking.
Fuck, I made the mistake of mentioning the word twerk around one of my mom's friends who didn't know what it was. Nah.
Is it going to go together? Oh, well, look at that. It goes together.
Ooh,
I
you have a
guess
scary
we
black
need-
gun right there.
You got all the fancy tools and shit.
How
too,
am I
didn't you?
supposed to get the bolt out? I need a charging handle in this thing.
Well, nice.
Probably a bolt. Probably a bolt too. Let's do both of those things. So let's grab that charging handle.
Yeah, just like your standard charging handle.
Yes, I don't do the tactical.
Is that the
handles.
just the True North Arms like $25 aluminum one?
You got it.
Same one I got.
Am I expecting anything to be wrong with it?
Nope.
No.
My
work
charging
fine.
handle is so freaking operator. It's called Raptor.
I put the bolt in, right?
Yes, you did.
So if this was, and you guys can correct me if you guys think is differently, but this bolt is matched up with this barrel. So that's the barrel and the barrel extension, which is part of the barrel, are going to give me my headspace thing. This has already been previously headspace. I'm not going to use a go-no gauge on it. Do you guys use no-go gauges on your rifles? Crower,
No,
you
you
won't
can-
because yours already
Yeah.
came like that, right?
Yeah.
I don't, because if it's out, what am I going to do about it besides
Yeah.
send the barrel back?
I
Yep.
just assumed that since mine was made by Colt, that it should fit any bolt, and if the bolt closes, it must be headspaced, right?
So like that's a valid strategy. So just buy a good quality barrel and bolt and don't worry about it, right?
Well, we also didn't assemble our uppers, or yeah, because I think you bought yours in parts and had to put it all together too, didn't you?
Talking to me or Adrian?
Kroger?
No, Adriel, you.
This
You like
yeah,
to
this,
put that together.
He just put it together like
Yeah,
2 minutes
exactly.
before you
Like
said
Crover and I had the same upper, and they came pre-assembled, so there was no screwing of barrels into upper receivers or anything with that.
yeah. Do I have anything else to do? Am I done?
that. See if you have any leftover parts. That's the one key.
Well, yeah, I got leftover parts, but I think that's okay.
Oh,
Go
parts
clear.
world. Yeah, you got to build another gun.
Clear the house.
Oh yeah,
Clear the house.
Make sure that it works.
Let's see. I need maybe like one of these and maybe some dummy rounds. And do I have a dummy AR round? I thought I had one. Yeah, they got a couple right there. Let's just get all that stuff put away.
All the snap caps.
Oh, you know what I got just a couple days ago? Check this shit out. Look at these beauties. Whoop. I'll try to make you look at them. There we go. Sorry, my camera's turned a little bit. Look at those. So these are brown L's, and this is for practicing 3-gun.
Well, you look at that. They have a thing for everything nowadays.
Yeah, they look really nice though. How long has it been? An hour? An hour, and we screwed around a bunch too.
Yep, now we're in change.
Didn't have the right tools. All right, let's do some FPS here. Okay, so my magazine seats really nicely. It's not too tight. And we stripped around.
Does your magazine drop free?
Yes.
Perfect.
Check the safety in the trigger. Get an actual feel for the trigger.
Oh, the safety. Oh, this safety needs wearing in.
Wait, are you using a True North Arms trigger?
No.
Oh, thank God. I was gonna say, because I know you were using a bunch of other True North Arms parts.
yeah.
I was gonna say, like, just not their trigger.
Okay, my
I'm sorry.
bolt hold open and release work correctly. Uh-oh. Here we go. That is snagging. So right at the back here, that charging handle is snagging on here. If I pull and push down, that will wear in. Now my bolt release is working correctly.
What the stock sling plate is catching the charging handle?
Yes, I've seen that happen on a couple of sling plates, and if you look, it's got just a little bit of a grab there. So I could hit that with a file and just kind of smooth it out a little bit.
Do it, Bubba.
I don't have a smooth file here though.
Just grab your if you have a Leatherman, there's a file in it.
Yeah, it appears to function. Safety on, doesn't work. Safety off, works fine. Dust cover. I mean, this isn't like I built this all on my own, right? Like this is an assembly line, right? So it's not too terribly difficult. Looks like we did it in about an hour there. And
well, you know, the RCMP says machining is easy, so it wouldn't have been that much hard to start from the aluminum block.
Yeah, man. I mean,
you got on the next
files and drills in there. You can just make an AR.
That's right. No, you can make an M16.
Yeah. Sorry, yeah, you can make an M16.
All right. Did you guys want to?
I didn't catch that. What?
I think your mic just got muted somehow.
Yeah, did you foo-foo the mic? We can't hear you, Adriel. What the hell is happening to his camera?
There's an earthquake in Edmonton.
Oh, there he is.
There we go.
You cut out, so we didn't hear anything you've been saying for like the last 30 seconds.
Oh, I didn't say anything anyways. I was just saying, I don't know. What did you guys do with guns recently? You got anything for show and tell?
Yeah, kind of, I guess.
Still in the works, but check this out. JR carbine, 7.62 by 25. Got the mag block fabbed up. And she strips rounds, so I'm working on the mag catch right now, and if that works out, she's getting a barrel, and maybe this will be a thing.
That's beautiful.
Are you gonna like maybe put a stronger spring on it or something?
I might increase the buffer weight. So if you've never had a JR carbine apart, this would take a bit to get apart, but there's a heavy buffer in front of the spring, kind of similar to an AR, but it's a separate piece because your bolt's different. But looking at pressure ratings of 9mm plus P and 25, 7.62 by 25, I think it's probably going to be fine. I think I'll probably just put this sucker in a vise and pull the trigger with a string and see what happens. What's the worst that can happen?
You get a cool video out of it. That's it.
Yeah, but we'll see. I'm encouraged so far. JR carbine, if you're not familiar, mine's in 9mm, but this mag block here, that's for Glock magazines. But for a caliber conversion, they'll make them for 45. You can get 1911 magazines, or you can get, I don't know what's the other one they run there, if it's Glock or something else. But basically, just this block is the piece that you change. The feed ramp mag catch is a combination in there. So you can see I've just gone through a couple iterations working on sizing and whatever. And the 7.62 magazine is quite a bit longer, but just barely fits. I don't know if you can see that there. There's still just a little bit of meat there.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Maybe I'm overlooking something and this is harder than it seems, but so far I've spent a couple hours in AutoCAD and seems like it's doable.
Boy, Bubba.
Snappy little round out of a pistol caliber carbine and cheap.
Yeah, that's
So
what I think
that's
I
nice.
like about that. That'll be cheap, and it'll be, oh man, yeah, so cheap.
If only the JR carbine wasn't so expensive, because I want something else to shoot my
would be
Talker ammo.
interesting.
Are you going to shoot the
That's
surplus
the-
shit out of it, or just new manufacture?
I haven't got surplus shit, so that's what I'll be using. Yeah.
Because that
Remember
surplus
that,
shit is fucking spicy.
Oh, well, and
that's not Shiga ammo.
inconsistent. We were at, Adriel was with me, we were at a CQB clinic, and the first day there was a guy running a Tokarev there. He was on line 1. I was in line 5, and sometimes his brass was landing on the people in line 2's heads, sometimes my line, and sometimes it was hucking all the way into the berm past line 8.
Oh yeah, man.
Anywhere in between.
That shit kicks brass like fuck.
Yeah.
I did 25 yards away in the fucking parking lot at the range sometimes.
Yeah. So I got a little ways to go, but I don't know.
I was saying before, Tokarevs are only good for executing prisoners of war and deserters.
No, that's the Nagant revolver. The Tokarev is actually a fairly decent gun.
Come on.
Even the barrel, though, if you look, like there's nothing to these guns. I mean, not that I want to point out things that are easy to do, but the RCMP might be picking on the wrong gun. I don't know.
Yeah, let's take some heat off the AR-15. Give him something else to chew on. Some 22 nobody gives a fuck about.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is the RCMP will do it, and everyone will suddenly give a fuck about it.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, that's right. JR Carbine will go through the roof in stock prices.
Well,
It's like no one cared about the Walther G22.
I was talking to a guy on Reddit today about Beowulf mags, and
What are they banned because he got told by a guy in Canadian Tire that they were banned?
I saw that.
no, well, I mean, he had like it's a legitimate worry for some people, right? They don't want to get like for some people see it as like it's just a flat out overreach, and then some people are saying, well, they just don't want to be charged flat out, right? So, I mean, it's valid. I wouldn't want to be charged, right?
Sounds to me like their tinfoil hats are a little on too tight.
Well, no, you don't want to be the test case, right? Like, unless you've got all kinds of money and time to be tied up in court.
You know, like the only issue that I have with the Bayomax is that they have had people. I know, like you guys have seen that video, right? Of the guy out in BC, that the conservation officer or the fish cop, or maybe it's RCMP. Like they come and they're shooting. I think it was an ACR or no, something that uses AR-15 pattern mags, and they had Bayomax with them, and the guy straight up gets arrested, or at least they gets his stuff taken away, and yeah, no, nothing comes of it, and the guy gets his mags back from. Are you
talking about Eric?
I don't know.
No, the BC one was LAR mags, which makes it even more frustrating because those were specifically named as okay.
Yeah.
Eric was out in Foothills area when that happened, but yeah,
similar
situation though, same thing.
Yeah, he had a tip of war, and he had a tip of war and some Beowulf mags, and he got them back. Cops are like, this is a prohibited device, but here you go.
Like this is totally wrong, but we, the people that deal with wrong stuff, say that it's all right. So yeah,
basically. Yeah. Whew.
Other than that spiciness, the only thing that I have for show and tell is operator spiciness. That lighting guy got me some 45-degree offset rails for my AR-15, and now I can operate with a giant scope or with backup iron sights.
What kind of irons did you go with?
So a very long time ago, I saw on CGN a KSG Gen 1 for sale in local pickup in Calgary for $750. So good price on the KSG. Additionally, Buddy was throwing in Magpul Pro backup sights Gen 2 for free, which if anybody knows about backup sights, those are like $250.
Fuck.
So I was like, yeah. And I bought the KSG, and I kept the sights, and I flipped the KSG for $950 to Kleeman.
Good deal.
So they've been in my parts bin for forever, and they didn't fit on top of the of the AR due to a slightly overly excessively large scope. And now they actually cleared the scope, and I can put my sunshade back on.
You didn't just slap them on top of the rings there?
I did. Did you not see the pictures?
No, I didn't see that one.
Yeah, there's pictures of this this setup, but with the backup sights on top of the scope. And they're every bit as tactical as you think they are. I can already feel my drag decrease and my speed increase. I'm expecting to receive my shopping space operator patch in the mail soon from the Gecko 45 Online University. Should be pretty good. How about you, Crazy? You got anything to show?
Nope.
Straight up no. Adriel, aside from the GAD you just built.
Does anyone want to buy an AR15?
just take a like a rusty nail and like etch the hunting gear guy on the lower, and then you got a signed autograph piece made live on the air.
Made live. The upper and lower fit really nicely together.
How nicely, because this cold Canada and this cold US lower don't have any play at all. Like nothing.
Just a
These things are
tiny bit
solid.
of wiggle. Just a tiny bit.
I don't have anything to any kind of play on this US cold lower and Canada upper.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of playing my other ones, but it's accurate, so I don't care.
It's a backup gun. Who cares?
Mm-hmm. It's light, and it's got a red dot on it. Should be nice and quick.
Hey! That's a scary black as assault military rifle. Don't you know that we shouldn't be advertising that in our local newspapers?
Probably. It's in our local newspapers. Yeah.
Did you not catch that one, Adriel?
Oh, I caught that one.
Oh, okay, yeah. That was for those of you that don't know, there is a post right now on Canada Guns about an editor. Is it an editor's?
It's a letter to the editor.
Letter to the editor from some woman in BC who, in her local newspaper, got a pamphlet for, was it Cabela's or Bass Pro?
I think it was Cabela's.
Yeah, Cabela's for, their sale. And on the last page of their flyer, the Cabela's flyer, of course, there's guns. And this lady claims that there should be no such thing in your newspaper. You shouldn't be able to just, see assault rifles and deadly handguns on your newspapers. So,
the most surprising part to me is that people still read the newspaper.
Well, when you're like fucking a grouchy old lady.
From Toronto, living now in BC.
I hate to say it, but that probably explains it. From Toronto.
Oh, did you not see that in IRC?
No, I did not see that.
Let's just say that online presence of this lady is prevalent. Yeah.
Well, now it's not our city's problem; it's BC's problem.
You actually scored it.
God damn it!
It's your problem now, Crower.
I don't need any more hippies. I live in Victoria. Every second person smokes weed on the regular.
I mean, I just thought that was just how this country worked, because it seems that way in Toronto, too.
Yeah. Although I was listening to the radio this morning, and yes, I listened to the radio, and yes, I listened to the news on the radio, and they just raided like a chain of marijuana stores, arrested like 80 people, and found a grow up on an island on BC. So they serve a warrant to like 12 stores, 8 residences, a safety deposit box, and an island. And they found a grow up on the island.
I served a warrant to an entire island.
Well, it's a property, so they searched the entire place. They found the grow up, and then they were like, yeah, they were supplying their own weed from this grow up for the business that they didn't obviously keep their nose clean with.
That was what, Canna Clinic Plus or something like that?
Yeah, that's it.
Fuck, there was one of those actually not too far from here, and every time I walk past, I think this must be one of those ones closed in the pot raids, because I can't see anyone ever leaving it or entering it.
Yeah, well, that one definitely got closed today or yesterday.
Yeah, it definitely did now.
It definitely did now. Yeah, 80 people charged. 80 employees.
80.
Yeah. Every single person that worked there. Yeah, the shops both in Toronto and in BC.
And how many times do people actually put up a fucking question? Hey, I heard this from guy at Canadian Tire / Bass Pro / Cabela's that Trudeau is going to ban everything.
It's a sales tactic. I was looking at buying a car, and we went to a used car lot, and the guy's like, oh, yeah, you guys want to look at this one? Okay, and then we took it for a test drive, and we came back, and the guy says, like, so you guys going to take it? I have a guy in the back that's lined up, ready to buy it. I'm like, sure he is.
Yeah.
Let him take it. Have a good day. Have a good day. Anybody want to buy a truck?
No.
How much would you give me, Janner? $250?
Oh, the price I quoted you earlier was for in BC. If I drove that in Alberta, everyone would make assumptions about my orientation and occupation. So you couldn't pay me to drive that truck.
Oh, come on. It's just an F-150 light.
Something like that.
Oh yeah, I did get a couple things for my AR.
Oh, my. Are you operating at an operationally different level?
Yes, this
Oh,
is
my.
purely just fancy stuff for the sake of fancy, and also because I was ordering from Brownells. So one is this fancy mag release right here. This is one of the
Ooh,
Odin
shiny.
ones. Oh, fancy. Look at that. It works the same.
Dude, what's it look like on the other side? What's it look like on the other side? Is it just the same black piece?
About the same. Yeah.
Dude, I can totally use that and have a blue and a red on the other side.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. They got a couple different colors, so you can color coordinate.
Fuck color coordination. That's the whole point of. That's like the opposite point of this rifle.
Can you get it in sex toy purple?
Yeah.
You can always paint it afterwards.
That's
the other
right,
thing,
you can.
which is the real reason why I started making that other rifle, is I got an NIB nickel boron BCG. So since I had the extra bolt in BCG, I figured, wow, now might as well make another rifle now.
Yeah, man, you've almost got everything
Hey, man,
ready there, man.
All you need is a
I
barrel,
had
a
the
lower,
barrel, I
an
had
upper.
the BCG. Yeah, I didn't have a lower and an upper. What did I have to buy off this thing? Let me just take a look and see what was actually brand new.
Did you just buy the Aero Precision combo that I posted 2 weeks ago?
The $199 for the upper and lower?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the upper and lower. The grip was new. I really should have found a used one.
How do you not have a grip in your parts bin? I have a grip in my parts bin.
You could have just got the
I gave
grip
it
with
to
True
another
North
guy.
Arms.
What's that?
You could have just got the True North Arms grip in the parts kit there. It works
I had
well
one
enough.
handy. I looked through all my
you
stuff.
you could have just taken a chunk of wood and screwed it to the bottom. That's all you really need.
I could have. This was $25, and I was at P&D anyways, so I got the MOE grip.
I got the same.
Lower parts kit from True North Arms, gas tube from True North Arms, gas block from True North Arms, because it's all primarily cheap stuff, and I wanted to keep the cheap.
Who's the trigger from?
Brownells.
DPMS. It's
Wait,
it's a DPMS pull off from an Oracle. My buddy got an Oracle. He upgraded the trigger and hammer. I got the trigger and hammer, and I borrowed it to make this thing.
Actually, I could have given you a trigger and hammer. I got the trigger and hammer from this fucking.
I got the trigger and hammer from True North Arms.
I don't want that one.
No, Adriel, I got the trigger tech coming in. I could have given you this Colt one.
Yeah, it's too late. This one's already in there. So
Yeah.
a few thousand rounds, it'll polish itself out. I think that's
The muscle was
that's all the
another-
parts I needed. So it
Yeah.
wasn't that much, right? A takeoff bolt carrier, lower parts kit, upper and lower, and the rest of this was ready to rock and roll. Yep.
And it only took an hour to build a ghost gun. 30 caliber,
that
30,
was an
30
hour.
caliber clip in half a second.
Yeah. Now I've got here. Now I've got 2.
When there was one, now there is 2.
Yeah. The funny thing is, the one on the bottom is basically the gun I bought like 6 years ago. Spikes upper, Spikes bolt, and a bunch of other shit. And then the top one is what it like morphed into. But
So that nickel boron BCG you had there, that looked like that was a little bit of a flat finish. Is that the camera, or is it actually flat?
no, it's flat. I thought it was going to be like a shiny kind of a finish to like pull off the grit and whatever, but it's very matte.
Is it still, like, I've got a couple, mine are both shiny, and that's why I ask. Does it still feel very slippery in your hand?
Yes. Yeah, it does feel very
yeah.
slippery. Oh,
That should be just as easy to clean then. It's curious.
yeah.
They're expensive, but I really like it.
You know,
I mean, to clean those, it takes like 3 seconds. Yeah, you got a good deal, I think.
Brownells had these for $100 US, mind you, but $100 for a BCG.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that's good.
Yeah.
I should have bought that. God damn it.
Well, I'm gonna take both of those out, both those rifles out, run a few hundred rounds through them, and then bring them back here and see what it takes to clean them both off, right? And it should be less on the NIB one, hopefully.
Wait, you clean your bolts?
Yeah, I clean my bolts. How many rounds do you run through your AR?
About 100, 150 every time I go out.
How often do you take it out?
About around once a month.
Once a month? Yeah. I run mine twice a month. And about, I don't know, at a match, maybe like 50 to 100. And if I just take it out, like 50 to 100. But it will carbon up on the tail of the bolt there, and it'll probably just scrape itself off. But I want to have a stoppage.
Actually, I don't clean my shit unless it doesn't run.
Yeah.
There's something that we did. We bought a gun of CGN for a friend that you picked up to test and then delivered to my friend.
Yes, did that.
Yes. Yeah, there's a small preview as of a new upcoming article by the Hunting Gear Guy on a well-known, well-regarded 22 semi-automatic rifle.
Yep. And put out the Savage 64 one, and I had most people saying like, "Oh yeah, that's kind of what I expected," and some people got real defensive about it because that gun's been that's a Canadian-made gun.
Yep.
It's a Canadian design, Kui.
Yep.
Been around for decades, so a lot of people have them. A lot of people did not like my criticisms of that gun.
Well, there's people that swear by the 1022, and you know what? It's an all right gun.
It's reliable. The 1022 is a reliable design.
It has no last shot hold open, and the bolt release is dumb.
Yep.
Yeah.
And aftermarket barrels droop if you don't get the right barrel lock.
What?
Lock.
They droop?
Yeah, the way that the barrel attaches to the receiver, if you have like a heavy barrel, they can start to droop if you don't have the proper attachment to the receiver.
Well, if you see where they attach, you'd understand because it's like right there, right? So.
Yeah, and also, isn't it like an aluminum receiver too?
Yeah. But I mean, like the 1022 is like a platform, right? You can make a 1022 with no Ruger parts in it if you want to. You can get a steel upper.
That's those are the Volquartsen, the Kids,
the last
Taxel.
Some receivers for those.
Beaver Nuts has a Taxel 1022.
Yep.
He paid a pretty penny for that thing, but that is an absolute race gun.
Yeah.
Hold on. I think I got some aluminum around here. Here's my 1022 0% receiver.
Now it's funny, but okay, what are you going to compare that against? Which 22 are you going to compare that against? The Savage 64 has a steel receiver, but the design is old as fuck, and it's just not a great design.
Well, you know what? You could always look at that in different ways. It's like you get your space age material semi-automatic shotguns. And the Browning A5 still runs, but is it the best design available? No.
You're damn right it is.
Is it 100?
Auto 5. There's a new A5, and it's totally different.
Yeah. So it's like, well, you can compare 50, 60, 70, 100-year-old design with something modern, and some stuff will be good, some stuff will be bad. But hopefully the modern has more good stuff than the old stuff.
But Grandpa done killed Fittidur with his A5.
Mm-hmm.
He probably did.
He probably did. Yeah.
But he probably had more time. Probably jammed on him a lot.
Yep.
Fuck, my dad's A5 will not cycle target load unless it's 3 dram.
That's a lot of semis though.
No. Did you not fuck with the rings?
I fucked with the rings. I put them on the lowest setting. It still would not cycle 2 3/4 dram target load.
That's
Are you
weird.
holding it too tight? If you let it beach up a little bit, but not too much, that helps.
I just
let it beach up too much. Have this trouble.
I just traded it for some 3 dram target load from someone else in the range there, and 3 dram stuff cycled fine. And now whenever I'm at work and someone asks, what target load do I get? I say, do you have a semi-auto? If they say yes, I say, buy 3 dram.
Yeah, buy the handicap if you've got it.
Yeah, exactly, handicap.
Or, you know, you could just buy an 870 like the True Master Race.
I have a lever action shotgun.
Oh, you're a fucking snowflake.
That's triggering. Oh my god. How could you call me that?
Whatever, snowflake.
I paid less than you paid for your 870 for this fucking thing too.
Dude, my 870, I priced it out. The snowflake 870 that I have, I think I paid like $450 for it, even though it's got a brand new Mesa Tactical stock on it, Hogue forend, Remington 14-inch barrel, and it's a Wingmaster receiver, and it's got a Crover finish on it.
I paid $360 shipped to my house.
Yeah, but yours is in white.
I prefer my guns to be more multicultural, thanks.
Yeah. Talking to the guy that shaves his head and looks particularly suspicious. Also, the reason that I shave my head is because I fucked up my haircut when my girlfriend and I were cutting my hair yesterday, so I just like, fuck it, clean it off. Fiance.
Cool for the summer.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel more aerodynamic. I can operate at higher speeds.
Mm-hmm. Until you burn. Until you burn your fucking head. Burn
no,
your
see,
skull.
I carry sunscreen.
What kind of pansy does that kind of gay-ass shit?
The kind of person that lived in the tropics for the better part of his life up until a couple of years ago.
Fuck that.
Excellent retort.
I'll deal with the red skin on my neck like a man.
Sure thing, Mr. Lobster.
It's like bug spray. I don't use that shit. It doesn't fucking work anyway.
Well,
What do you mean it doesn't work? Of course it works. They'll find the place you didn't get any on. They'll find like right on your hand.
Which was apparently my entire arm, because when I'd go fucking camping with scouts, I'd still get eaten alive by the bastards.
Yeah, they only target the pussy, so you know you can you can infer what you might from that statement.
Oh, let me check. Nope.
No, I won't believe it until I see photo evidence. And yes, I did just ask for dick pics.
Too bad you ain't getting it. Why do I feel like I know what this is? It's not. I'm actually somewhat disappointed that that's not what I thought it was.
Oh, that is amazing. Janitor, post that on Weekend Gun It right now. Oh, perfect title. I got the title perfect for it. New in the waistband holster. What do you guys think?
Did you make that? You've been messing around with Kydex?
No, I didn't. I kind of want to make one now, though.
Pitch the marketing idea to Bad Dragon.
They should be selling it to SJWs on campuses. I mean, that makes perfect sense to me.
For your next Cox Not Glocks protest.
I'm just thinking, what are the logistics behind it? Like, do you cast yourself, then you get a hard mold, and then you cast the mold out, and then you use that to make the Kydex holster?
You just shove your dick right in the Kydex.
Yeah, you get the hot Kydex and you just jam it around there.
Just pop a Viagra in there, wrap that shit on tinfoil or something to diffuse the heat, and you're good to go.
No.
And then afterwards, see if a baby Browning fits in the same holster, or if you're still too small for that.
It's pretty veiny. There was no tinfoil involved, I'm thinking.
I like the definition around the head. Are you gonna post that? Because I will steal that, Janner.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, fuck yeah. Shit post incoming, boys.
I'm a bit disappointed, though. I was expecting a dick in a bicycle.
No, that's been done to death. Kleeman and Janner and Elixir sent that to me for the better part of 2 months.
Still funny.
Oh, it's fucking hilarious.
What was it the other time that you were going to send him? No, it was with his AR. You edited it into the stock of his AR.
Oh yeah. Well, what do you think, Adriel? Should we wrap it up, or should we talk about something and make it more showy?
I don't know. We could wrap her up here and go to the after show.
Sure.
It feels like we've already been in that.
Yeah, sort of.
Right. 1 second. 3, 2, 1. Stop.